ントニオ・シウバとビッグジム・ヨークの戦国、いざ。
ただいまよりセミファイナルヘビー級ワンマッチ5分3ラウンドを行います。青コーナーよりビッグジム・ヨーク選手の入場です。
Big Jim York from Invercargill, way down south in New Zealand. Wrestler and boxer makes his way to the ring. A record of 11-2, 5 knockouts, 6 submissions. He has never gone the distance in his career. Comes in off a win over James Thompson, as you just saw, who he knocked out at Sengoku 7 in March at 4.5 minutes in the opening round with a jab of all things. Has only fought twice over the last year. Between 2003 and 2007, Big Jim went on a great 10-fight winning streak, including wins over 7 Australian opponents, such as the very tough Mick Cutterjar, who he made verbally submit. Just the 2 losses on his record, first to Doug Major on York's MMA debut back in 2003 in Australia, and then to Yoshihiro Kisnakawa by knockout in May last year at Sengoku's second battle. Ray Matsamura from Five Rings Dojo in the corner as Big Jim, the big Maori from New Zealand, bounds into center ring.
赤コーナーよりアントニオ・シルバ選手の入場です。
Up in the VIP, white tee, platinum link on me. I got a little bit of cheese, all drinks on me. But mommy gotta do something, no drinks for free. What you think of me? What you think you see? When I spin big faces, thick bracelets, my watch and ring. When I park my car, it don't stop a thing. Cause the rim's still turning and we burning cigarillos. Swishing sweets, the freaks just order armadillo. Buy the model, find the model, and sex her if you can. My new Movado, Colorado, Rocky is the land.
Great ovation as Bigfoot is back in the house here at Sengoku. 6'4", about 300 pounds of power. American top team out of Coconut Creek in Florida. You couldn't find a better team. Originally from Brasilia in Brazil, Muay Thai, Karate and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. 12-1 with 10 knockouts and 1 sub, comes in on a 5-fight winning streak dating back to 2007 with wins over Cabbage Carrera, Jonathan Vizarek, Rico Rodriguez, Justin Eilers, Yoshihiro Kisnakawa. Elite XC heavyweight champion was suspended after winning the title against Justin Eilers for testing positive to steroids, although Silva denies ever having taken steroids. Made his mixed martial arts debut back in 05, went 7-0 before his first loss, including wins over Ruben Villarreal and Tom Erickson by knockout. Became the cage range heavyweight champion in only his 3rd professional fight with a submission of Rafael Carino in London back in 2005. A big man, a gentleman outside of the ring, a real lovely bloke to chat to. But inside the ring, you know what Bigfoot is capable of. 3 years the junior of Jim York, 3 inches the taller. A 13-pound weight advantage to Antonio Silva. Officially weighed in at 266. He would have beefed up a whole lot more after replenishing the liquids and carving up overnight. 12-1 versus 11-2, both men having 13 fights. Bigfoot is in the ring.
Semi-final 戦国対中人ヘビー級ワンマッチ5分3ラウンドを行います。青コーナー180センチ 114.8 キロシャルジム所属ビッグジム・ヨーク。
lot of support here in Japan for Antonio Bigfoot Silva. He is ready for action, Big Jim York. A lot of people expect, us included, this one will not go the 3-round distance. Somehow it's going to end. Jim York says he'll knock out Silva. Silva said, I'll either knock him out or sub him one way or another. I'm going to end it here for Big Jim York. Final instructions from our dwarfed center referee. And we are ready for our semi-main event here at Sengoku 10. Michael Chiavello, Guy Mezger, and Hans Thompson with you ringside from the Saitama Super Arena. Bigfoot and Big Jim. Jim York in the black. Chins up a little high for my liking. Needs to tuck it here, does Big Jim York.
Yeah, for a guy, you know, with his fight experience, especially stand experience, he needs to tuck that chin. You know, Silva, he looks like an awkward guy because he suffers from giantism, but he's not. He's very agile. He can do jump knees. He's got good kicks, good hands, as you just saw the kick there.
Outside thigh kick from Bigfoot Antonio Silva. And I'll tell you what, he does have big feet. I saw them yesterday at the press conference when I had a chat to him. He could go for bobsleds on those feet.
Yeah, Big Jim York here, he's holding his hands a little low, too, against a guy who's got good power.
Ooh, wild looping left hand there from Big Jim York. Looking for a Hail Mary shot early on here. The New Zealander almost 1 minute down in the first round, set for 3. Good rib kick. Off the rear leg from Bigfoot. Inside thigh kick, trying to compress that femoral artery.
I don't know why these guys haven't decided to maybe throw a jab or two. You know, they need to get some distance. That's the problem with a lot of their stuff here. They're kind of throwing these kicks and their distance is off. Use that jab to find the distance.
Looking for a takedown early here. Antonio Silva got both legs locked up and he gets Big Jim down, goes into side control. Jim York looking for a guillotine here. Don't think he's going to get it though against Bigfoot.
But if he keeps the head down here, it'd be a good idea. If he keeps his head down and uses that to kind of get his hips away, push Silva's head down, and then use that to get his hips away. He can get to stand right there. He needs to get out. He needs to stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Yeah, there you go. Good job.
Don't forget, Antonio Silva, a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, just puts Big Jim through the ropes, and the referee moves in to separate these two behemoths.
Yeah, this gets to a standing position. This works good for Jim, Big Jim here.
Big Jim.
But you know, I don't know why he's hesitating. He needs to start. I don't know why he hasn't started doing jab. Get those hands working.
Well, if he throws the inside thigh kick, you can already see the reddening on the inside left thigh there, just below the hemline on the trunks of Antonio Silva. Then what Big Jim needs to do, throw the inside thigh kick, then immediately power through with the right hand to that massive jawline of Antonio Silva. He pops the jab, smack bang on the schnoggert of Silva. And Silva tries to jab him back.
Yeah, you know, Big Jim's boxing though. Look how he's holding his head up when he's throwing. He's kind of throwing it like a mistake a lot of amateur boxers make, which is
ooh, right hand counter from Antonio Silva. Big Jim catches him with that jab that knocked out James Thompson. Shots around the back of the head. Referee keeping a close eye on it, hooking around to the ear of Antonio Silva. It's a lot of weight leaning down on you against the ropes here of Bigfoot Antonio Silva. He's got one underhook as the Brazilian.
Yeah, but you made the point. Big Jim, he's a Maori, and those guys are freaking strong. Those guys are strong guys.
The Maoris, the natives of New Zealand, tribal culture. Inside the half guard here is Antonio Silva, not the type of guy you want on top of you.
No.
Just controlling the posturing here, Big Jim. Pulling Antonio Silva down towards his chest. Silva's going to try and pop out and posture up. Work some ground and pound. Nice hammer fist struck to the ear by the Brazilian. Still stuck inside the half guard here. Going to try and pass maybe. Go to the side control position. Big hammer fist strike.
Well, what Big Jim needs to do, instead of see how his arm stuck over there like that, he needs to get it back. He can get triangle choked here. He can get an arm triangle here. And he might get it. Oh, he's out. He can get it.
Oh, this is dangerous. Inside control now. Referee, keep it close. It's all over. It's good night, Irene. Antonio Bigfoot Silva chokes out Big Jim York. It didn't take long, Guy Mezger. It didn't take long.
Yeah, I didn't think that Big Jim York got off like he needed to. You know, he needed to be more aggressive, you know. I just didn't see it. I think he was a little bit hesitant, you know, because he knows that Antonio Silva has more weapons in this game. And I think he was a little too hesitant in it. And you know, when you have less weapons, you got to use what you have even more so. You need to bring that fight into your type of fight, and he didn't do that. He was hesitant in his game. He didn't throw enough punches, and you know, he paid for it.
Antonio Bigfoot Silva, who told us yesterday he wants to fight the best. He wants to fight the Fedor Emelianenko's. He wants to fight the Josh Barnett's here in Japan. Well, he moves one step closer to doing just that, improving his record to 13-1. The question is, who next for Antonio Bigfoot Silva? And indeed, where next for Antonio Bigfoot Silva? Having talked to him yesterday at the press conference, once again, I believe we're going to see him in Strikeforce very, very soon. We'll also continue to see him here in Sengoku. Bigfoot with the microphone as Jim York heads backstage.
Said I love you all.
Thank you.
They translated it into
Obrigado a vocês
Japanese.
todos
Thank
por
you,
estarem
everybody.
aqui. Vamos lutar no Japão. Espero continuar aqui um bom tempo. O meu objetivo é ser o melhor heavyweight do Sengoku. Se tiver que lutar em pé, eu vou lutar. Se tiver que lutar no chão, eu vou lutar. Obrigado a todos, aos meus corpos, Cristiano, Jorge Santiago, Marcos, minha família, Aisha, Anne, Rosário. Obrigado, Senhor!
Just a wild guess. I